Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. In this video, I'm going to talk about job security as a nurse and why that's so important going into 2020. So let's get started. If you're looking to improve your nursing practice or to gain more information about nursing in general, please consider subscribing down below. I upload a video every single week and you don't want to miss out. Alright, so let's get right into it. I want to talk about job security for nurses in 2020. So as many of you know, the coronavirus has caused a lot of economic instability. A lot of workers and manufacturing companies in China are unable to work due to health risks. And that has caused a lot of economic downturn for the economy. Now, I'm not going to talk about the economy and how it's specifically impacted and all that stuff. What I really want to talk about is how nurses are affected by a recession. Now, I'm not an economic whiz or do I claim to be an economic expert. All I know is that recessions happen and the healthcare field generally doesn't get affected by that. Now, what do I mean exactly? Well, I mean nurses in general, the ones that are practicing in hospitals who don't really have private practices, the ones that work as a bedside nurse or work on a specialty floor. Nurses in general are always in demand. There's never a time where nursing is going to be fully fulfilled or there's more nurses than there is work. That's just not going to happen. There's always a demand for nurses, and unfortunately so many people in the world get sick and they require healthcare. They require to be healed. They need the medications, they need diagnostics, they need God knows what they need. But it's always in demand. What I'm trying to emphasize is we need to appreciate that nursing is very stable. The field and the job is very stable during times of economic despair. And the reason for that is because there's so much demand for it. Now, I've spoken to colleagues who have mentioned during recessions, they're not really affected by it. You know, nurses don't ever really lose their jobs. The only thing that worries them is if they have a spouse that's in one of those fields I mentioned, whether it's computer science, engineering, or whatever, the spouses are affected by that, and that kind of makes them sad. But in general, for nurses, there's always such a huge demand that they don't really get affected by recessions, which is really interesting and made me kind of appreciate my job even more, is because, you know, obviously if you lose a job and you're not able to pay the bills, your family, if you have kids or if you have any other, you know, dependents are going to suffer, and that's really, really scary. But I can say that during times of economic despair, the healthcare field is rarely affected by it because the demand and the need is so great. And I just wanted to mention that going into 2020, as it looks like a lot of people and economic experts are talking about how the economy is not doing good, how there might be a recession in the next few months, I want to mention that, you know, one thing that we need to appreciate is the job stability for nurses. I'd love to hear your opinion on this though. What do you think? Do you think nursing is stable? Have you been a part of a recession and you found that you got affected by, you know, the business you worked for, the hospital you worked for, or they laid off a whole bunch of employees during the 2009 recession? I'd love to hear your feedback and let me know in the comments below what your thoughts on this are. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and please consider subscribing, as I mentioned that I upload a video every week and you don't want to miss them. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.